Is God the genius chef behind algorithms? Let's talk about this. So I've been slowly interested in this new tech. Everybody's talking about it, AI, algorithms, social media. It has been vastly helping others for good, and it's been also used for bad. Churches are now even using it to build their sermons. Recently, I didn't check my titling for my last video, used the word your path, and I got more views apparently. And so we just need to be careful of, like, are we allowing the algorithm to contradict our walk in faith and what we do? Are we allowing it to control our lives, or are we allowing God to be our code and our master baker? So algorithms are like baking a cake. You need to put the exact recipe for it to work. I always, when I was thinking of this, I was like, yeah, God is our ultimate baker. He knows all the codes in place of our life and throughout the Bible. And the Bible is the ultimate step in the code, and our path of what, and words of what we should do. It has all the answers. God has all the answers. And so just like, when you're baking a cake, you need to just make sure that, you're using the right recipe, especially for baking desserts. Some foods you can kind of hit or miss. Add more sugar, add more salt. Jesus is the salt and the light. Why are we striving for what we want and our desires when He knows the answers to every code, algorithm, or situation? Why mess with the creator of the universe when, he knows everything? He knows the beginning and the end. So if you have any comments or questions about this, please feel free to comment below and we'll get back to you. So I was listening to this podcast and they were talking about the school district in Boston. They hired these MIT guys and they made this software to basically automatically make the scheduling and time for the pickup times for the kids at the school. Before, everything was personable. They knew, who worked with, whatever family, whatever parent, and they'd get together as a community, and then delegate the pickup times for the year. But now it was, done by software. And so the MIT guys didn't know these people. They just made what works with the software. And what ended up happening was there was delays, there was pickup times. People, they actually weren't even notified about the new scheduling that was going to be arranged for the next year. And this happens time and time again throughout our lives, is that, we again need to be cautious of how do we use technology and not to rely on it on blind eyes. Just like in our life, we need to have God be our guidance. So God didn't say life was going to be easy. There's going to be trials, there's going to be pain, and we need to be cautious of whether we're going in His path or our path. God has the algorithms in life. In 1 Peter 1:6, it says in the NLT version, "So be truly glad, there is a wonderful joy ahead, even though you must endure many trials for a little while." We may have trials, but through the trials it will be revealed. Sometimes God doesn't show you the fruits, until the end of the road, and then it all connects, just like a puzzle. So if you have any comments or questions about this, please feel free to comment below and we'll get back to you. So be cautious in trusting the code too much. Be cautious of, trusting sometimes what you think is God's will is not your will. We can always trust God's code, but sometimes the enemy will slip in and slither like a snake. For instance, this past holiday season, I for some reason thought that I was on the right path, and I had this big old idea that I could do this YouTube channel, but also do this microgreens, if you have never heard of that. So microgreens are these small, compact vegetables that you can grow in your house. I thought, whoa, this would be great. So I ended up buying the light, the tray for it, and the seeds. All of a sudden, through my counsel at home, biblical counsel around me was like, hey, this isn't right. Do you realize? And it took me a week to finally, through what I call the threes, through talking with God, family, and scripture. And so with those, I knew I needed to stop. What God wanted for me, I was wrong. I left God's path again and many times throughout my life. If you can relate, give me a thumbs up. I allowed the enemy to swoop in. I distrusted his code that he had for me, and the enemy came in to steal, kill, and destroy. He says this in John 10:10, Luke 22:31, and 1 Peter 5. So sometimes, because we can't see the end of what God has for us, it may seem like it's not right. God is not difficult. He gives you the go, the green, and then he gives you the stop. Keep going until he says stop, but be cautious. Always seek God through fellowship, pray, and community. God has a personalization for us, for the exact fit, the exact puzzle for our life, to face challenges and to do things that he wants for us and not for what we want. Allowing the enemy to swoop in is horrible, but God is serving. God forgives you. And if you allow him to come in and you realize what was wrong, he can change it quickly in an instant. If you like this video, please click the like and subscribe button below so we can get more content out there for you like this. It was nice talking with you today, and I hope this video helps to inspire and get you through this crazy journey of life with Jesus Christ. And remember, just love Jesus. Talk to you soon. Goodbye.